So this is the first video log I've done in a long time. And as you can tell, my background's changed. A lot of things have changed in the last 4 months. A lot of crazy shit. But I don't want to talk about that right now. Because I just found my Turboduo, which is one of the greatest video game systems ever created. And a big part of my childhood. I'm sure a lot of you, maybe you haven't heard of it. TurboGrafx 16, maybe you've heard of. But Turboduo, I mean, it had like 2.5 year run, but it was a damn good system. It was really big in Japan. It was called the PC Engine, and this is it. Maybe you've seen it. It's a little dusty. See, this is where you put the. These are called hue cards, and they're like little credit cards. This is See. This is what they are. They're little, see that then, this is Bonk, one of the greatest games ever. Mario can go suck it, because Bonk was the fucking man. He would headbutt dinosaurs with his head, and chew on rock to climb up mountains, so that's pretty great. So here's the CD player. Kind of sucked though, because sometimes this thing would get out of whack. You had to move it over, but overall, a pretty awesome system. I mean, CD and this all in one. I mean, what more could you ask for? You know? I mean, look at it. It's beautiful. It's just, look at that. Wow. There's the on and off button. That kind of sucked. It only had one port, so if you wanted 2-player, you were kind of fucked unless you bought their expensive Turbo Tap, which that was kind of lame, but, you know, I mean, what are you going to do? So, hey, pops right in there. Yeah. That's badass. So, I mean, this had this was a big part, though. Like, this thing, I mean, I wish it still worked. I can't find the cables. I'm guessing it wouldn't work anyhow. But these things are going for like $500, like almost like a PS3 on fucking eBay. It's crazy, because... you know, I mean, I guess I'm not alone. There are other people out there that grew up with this system, and they're like, holy shit, Turboduo, you know? Like, there were some classic games, too. Like, here, I'm going to start off with just the cartridges, like Aero Blasters, that was a fucking classic. This game was like a dirty game, but it was somehow, like, considered a kid's game, like, I don't know how, like, these two, like, secret agent guys. But there was a lot of sexual humor that I didn't really get as a kid, but now I look back and I'm like, wow, like, what the fuck? It was like a fucked up Blues Brothers. That's the best way I could describe it. I think that's what they were going for. Victory Run. This is a classic. This is actually on the Wii, so you should definitely pick it up. It was like Gran Turismo for 16-bit system. Let me see. Oh, classic. One of my first games that I ever had was Bonk's Revenge. This is a fucking classic game. Like, oh my god. It blew my mind the first time I played it. I was so happy to have a system. I was just like, cause I never had NES. I never had Super Nintendo. I mean, all I had was this and my Game Boy, and then finally I got Nintendo 64, which was great. That was a big deal. But yeah, I mean, come on, Impossible game where you play as a mole. I mean, what more could you want? But here, let me get to the main. This is what really defined my childhood. My first real awesome RPG. This is huge in Japan too. Ys is amazing. If you can get this game emulated, download it, because it is fucking amazing. I love this game. Ys, oh my god, let me tell you, like, it's beautiful. Oh my god. I bet I could sell this for like at least like $100 online, but I'm gonna keep it, because one day I'll rebuy one of these Turboduos just to play this again, because this game, it's really amazing. I mean, it's great. I mean, you're fighting the people. It's like Zelda, but not Zelda, and then it's like, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it has a really great story, like a really great story. Like, and the ending is up there with some of my favorite endings. You know, like it's up there, even though, you know, it's a tie between that and Ocarina of Time for 64. This ending and that are like my two favorite endings. Like, seriously, like, this is one of the greatest games ever in my opinion. And then Dragon Slayer, yeah, this one's a pain in the ass, but it's also fun. Another good RPG. I would have more CD games, but I don't know where the hell they went. Notably, It Came from the Desert. That was a fucking funny game. It was basically a B movie, but you played. It was like an interactive movie, but it really sucked. But it was funny because the acting was god awful. And just so you know, this is gin and orange juice. So I know, classy. So that's it. You know, you got to see one of the best toys of my childhood right here. I'm holding it in my hand. Many precious memories. I'm just recording this because I don't know where the fuck this is going to go. I mean, who knows, in 30 years this thing might, I don't know, explode. So that about wraps it up. And before I go, I just thought this was funny because I just was randomly digging around my closet. I found a broken in half Game Boy. I remember I broke it in half because I wanted to see what was inside. So, yeah, how cool is that? There you go. Broken in half Game Boy. It doesn't get much better than that. You don't see that every day on YouTube, so I mean that's a treat, right? Look at that. Oh, I just want to lick it. I'm Optimus Prime. I must cease this transmission now.